Now, Joshua in the building. My man, Josh, tell us a little bit about what you're going to be speaking on at the GHL Engine Summit that's coming up on December 3rd. For those of you who are watching, by the way, December 3rd, 4th, and 5th, we are having a online mega webinar. This is a GHL Engine Summit. This is one event for everything that you need to know on how to succeed with Go High Level as a platform. My name is Andy Audate. I run GHL Engine, and I'm here with Joshua, who's going to share us what he's going to be speaking on. So, Josh, tell us a little bit about what your presentation is going to be on when you speak at the event.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks for having me. So I'm going to talk a little bit about two things, retention and scaling. The retention side of things comes obviously when you add value, right? Retention is, in my opinion, one of those things that we're constantly working on and making efforts on. But what I found is it's easy to retain clients when you provide tremendous value and tremendous support. So what we do in our world with payments, we're basically allowing an embed of payments inside your system, something that you can generate revenue from. And that revenue that you're generating is actually saving your clients a crazy ton of money. Just briefly, the amount of money that we typically save the average client is $1,500 to $2,500 a month. Multiply that over 12 months and then over years. Our average clients are staying with us for 3-4 years. And so the same thing is going to happen for anybody that can embed a tool like this. And so that is the retention part. You can cut down churn dramatically by simply giving a value add. I tell a lot of people it's basically bundle your home and auto with insurance, right? And so when you bundle home and auto, right, in this case, you're bundling GHL, you're bundling payments, you're bundling AI, you're bundling all these amazing tools that is coming in this summit, then your churn is going to go down dramatically into the single digits, in fact.
Why is it even important for people who sell HighLevel? HighLevel is a platform that you can actually white label, sell it as your own to generate monthly recurring revenue. I'm an active reseller of the HighLevel platform. Tell me, Josh, why would it be valuable to have retention and to scale for an agency maybe who's newer?
Yeah, so I mean, listen, it's important because you're trying to build a business. SaaS is scalable, right? But SaaS is only scalable when you can retain clients. You don't want to onboard somebody, go through all the effort of supporting them, answering their questions, for them to just go ahead and walk out the door the next month, right? This is the nature of having a SaaS business, which I'm sure you're going to have plenty of speakers talking about, you in particular, right? The retention is huge. You can grow a 7-figure, an 8-figure business when you retain. I mean, this is why Adobe, right? I'm in Utah. There's a huge Adobe building here. Everybody remembers Adobe Photoshop from back in the day. It used to come on a CD, right? For all those young people out there, it came on a little CD, right? You put it in your computer. They moved to the cloud model. They moved to the subscription model because they saw the greater value of it, right? So they can keep getting clients and retain clients in the cloud. And now they've got MRR, ARR, right? So that's the importance of it.
That's right. Monthly recurring revenue, annual recurring revenue. This is phenomenal. Now, how do you help agencies really win inside of their agency? Like, what is your main business today?
So my main business is payments, right? That is the most foundational thing besides having a tax ID, right? And people are going to argue with me on this, and it's good fun to rib with them on it. But the reality is you can have the best website. You can have amazing marketing. You can have an absolutely incredible team. You can fulfill, you can support, you can have the best events under the sun. If you can't take payment, right? And we know there's a challenge out there in our world, particularly, then you're dead in the water. Or if that payment starts really cutting into your bottom line, then it becomes a problem. And so we solve for both of those with what we do.
Okay. So, I mean, I get it. You take payments, but people have Stripe. People have, and all these other platforms. Like, why would, and HighLevel talks about using Stripe. Why would someone want to work with you rather than Stripe?
Yeah. So great question. Stripe has a very high tendency to cancel accounts. In fact, I was just talking to somebody in the HighLevel community, and yesterday he wanted me to hop on a Facebook call. Hey man, my Stripe account got shut down. Listen, I hear it almost daily these days. So Stripe, while a great technology, you'll never hear me talk poorly about Stripe in terms of technology. They're clearly very, very good at technology. The challenge is that Stripe has a back-end issue. And that back-end issue is just merchant processing. And merchant processing is based on risk. Everybody operating in the HighLevel world is a risky business, period, end of story, full stop. If you are taking payments, what's called a card not present situation, you're not verifying the card and the license, right? That's not verifiable when you're doing it because you're taking a payment online, you're sending an invoice link, you're sending a payment link, you're doing text to pay. All this stuff makes you higher risk. Add to that the fact that you are selling a digital product. It's harder to prove delivery on. People sell leads, they sell websites, they sell SEO. It doesn't mean the business isn't delivering the product, but it's harder to prove delivery. And because it's harder to prove delivery, you therefore have higher dispute issues, chargebacks, right? That then leads into higher risk. You have high ticket items. If you're selling over $500 per ticket, that puts you into high risk. So there are all these things that quite honestly disqualify you from using Stripe. But because they're the American Idol of payments, they'll let anybody come on board, let you process payments, send you some money, and then assess you and whether or not they want to take that risk. You are running the risk of being shut down. Now, I'm not a fear monger in any way. I'm not going to say you're going to get shut down, but I can tell you, I've had several thousand conversations now in HighLevel doing payments. I've helped several hundred people migrate away from Stripe because they've been kicked off or they don't want to risk it anymore. They've grown their business to the size where they're like, look, it's not worth risking it. I'll put them in the background. I don't need them as my main provider because what I do is provide stability. So that's point number one. Point number two, I'm 50 to 90% less cost every day, all day, twice on Sunday. And I can prove that. I've got the receipts. So when I come to you and I say, so this is what people typically do in payments. How much does it cost, right? Everybody's asking costs and payments, cost. I can prove to you that I've got clients that are paying under 0.25%, under 0.5%, under 1% out the door total cost in the month. So, you know how much money you're doing. We're not going to talk about that here, but let's just say you're doing $100,000 a month. I can drop that cost. And by the way, Stripe's not 2.9% anymore. They're averaging 3.4 and higher. I have those receipts as well.
Yeah.
I can drop that cost probably down to $200. So instead of paying, let's just use their 2.9%. Instead of paying $2,900 with me, it would be about $150, $200.
That is wild. That is wild. So you're going to be sharing how that your business could help in retaining and scaling subscribers.
Yeah, imagine you could give your clients free money.
That would be wild, man. Josh, thank you so much for joining us on this quick, short interview. And for those of you who are watching, if you're interested to learn about Josh, see his presentation, and learn how to market, sell, onboard, and retain your Go High Level business, I'm bringing in over 15 speakers who's going to be sharing about just that, their success stories, their marketing systems, their onboarding systems, their selling systems, their customer retention systems, including what Josh just mentioned, plus how you can scale your business inside of HighLevel. So Josh is going to be speaking at this event December 3rd to December 5th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's an online mega webinar. Go to ghlengine.com/summit, and I will see you there. Bye for now. Josh, thank you so much for joining us.
You bet. Thanks for having me.